复归中央人民政府今天成立了。
但是你们能不能？
刚才问我啊，我可以回半点去，无可奉告。我也不高兴。
哎，什么叫中国共产党啊？党叫干啥就干啥。
黑夜即将到，一定要做好准备。
干死共产党！干死共产党！不干死共产党，绝不罢休！
消灭中共是正义的需要。
Good morning. Welcome to the Exposing the CCP show. And this is a new program that founded by the new Federal State of China and a lot of the followers of Mao School and NFSC. So our mission is to end the communism, or in other words, take down the CCP. So today is our first episode, and we're going to have a few guests here and to explore why we need to take down the CCP and help to expose the evilness of the CCP to the world. My name is Z, and welcome our two co-hosts today, Manchester and Laura. Welcome. So good morning, too. So could you please briefly explain who you are and why you want to join this show and help exposing the CCP to the world? Let's start with Laura. Good morning, Laura.
Okay. Hello, good morning, Z. Nice to meet you here. Nice to having me here. My name is Laura. I'm also a firefighter. That's an amazing topic today. What is communism? Why we want to end communism? We really want to share lots of information and of course, our background with all our audience. Okay, so brief for this. Back to host Z.
Right, great. Welcome. And really nice to have you here. And also, Manchester, could you spend a little bit of time explaining who you are and why you're on this show?
Hello guys, my name is Manchester and we are all firefighters from NFC and very excited to join the first episode of the show. And I treat this show as a talk show that we can share our experience that we live under the dictatorship and of the Chinese Communist Party. And this is the show hosted by the Washington D.C. farm, and I'm very looking forward to seeing our sharing experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Manchester. I forgot to mention about that. Yeah, we all belong to a group called Washington D.C. Free Farm, which is basically a branch of NFSC farm system, and we're all supporting our followers of Miles Guo and this whistleblower movement. And I think it's kind of a very short period of time. You know, we just had a meeting last Sunday, and suddenly we had an idea to do this program to help the Westerners or the people to know the truth of the CCP. We know in the past few years, Miles Guo started the whistleblower movement since about late 2015 or early 2016. Since then, he had over several hundreds of live stream videos with over, I think, more than 2,000, 3,000 hours of live stream times to expose the evilness of the CCP. And a lot of the Chinese and also the Western followers know him since very long. However, since there's so much information, even some of us may forget the little details. And we see now in the a big kind of awakening of the whole world, and people start to realize the evilness of the CCP. However, we do think that maybe not enough. Therefore, we decided to stand out again to help the world to know the CCP. And basically, that's the core mission of our job today. And we are all ordinary people. We're not professional commentators or hosts from any other previous experiences. We all have our own jobs. We're just volunteers, but we want to stand here and sincerely share with you how we can differentiate the regular, ordinary, good Chinese people or new Chinese people and the CCP party members. Okay, so I think that's a very good point to start with. In the beginning, we see a very brief video about who is Miles Guo and what he did or what he suffered from during when he lived in China. So my personal experience is I have a very similar feelings. I was raised up in a small town in China, and I see a lot of poor people living under communism, and they didn't have time because the persecution by the local police or lawmakers, and they can barely make livings because even they work really hard. Most of their incomes are just ripped off by the party, and they have to pay a lot of fines and live a very miserable life. And it's really sad to see that. But however, at that time, when I decided to leave China for study in US, I didn't even have the courage or the I don't know, the courage or the even think about how we can take down the CCP, because we thought the party system was so powerful and nobody could dare to stand out and fight against them. But since Miles Guo came out, I saw his a true love of the Chinese people and his hatred of the evil Chinese Communist Party. Therefore, I decided to follow him back in 2017 and joined the big family of New Federal State of China. Hopefully, we can take down the CCP very soon and build a new life. So that's a brief story of my experience with NFSC. So let's again start with Laura. Could you share your experience again, a little bit more details, why you're here? What do you think of Miles Guo and New Federal State of China?
Yeah, it's a very great question. For me, I want to share this topic on two aspects. One is I want to draw our camera focus on our current situation. Everyone lived in this world have the same feeling because of the coronavirus, and coronavirus vaccine. I want to mention this, especially this coronavirus vaccine. They make us everyone even. I call it even, because this is the exposing news for most of people. They think coronavirus it's just a naturally virus. Actually, as every NFSC members, we know this virus has a real name. The name is not coronavirus. It should be called CCP virus, because CCP made it. The coronavirus was made in a lab, Wuhan P4 lab. It's man-made virus. It's a biochemical weapon. Why they built this virus? It's a strategy to make American disorder, to make American weaker, to make American to die. That's why this virus is not only from nature. They have those. They is the CCP, Chinese Communist Party, because they have this target. That's why they made this virus. They know they cannot have a fight a firefight directly with America. So they use very relatively cheap and very unvisible virus to threaten to fight with USA. And after that, not only the virus is not the disaster, but the COVID-19 vaccine, that's their real target to destroy this world. I don't know how many short in our audience body. In this way, in this situation, because of this CCP virus, after that, because of the coronavirus, we call it vaccine. That's why everyone on this earth should take down the CCP. Otherwise, we cannot live. We have a calling logo. Take down the CCP is justice. But for me, take down the CCP is everyone's surviving. If CCP survive, everyone else on this earth without peace, without safety. And that's why I took part in Mr. Miles Guo. He started this movement, whistleblower movement, in 2017, 19th April. That's almost the current situation. And for me, I grew up in a very little city in China, and my family suffered from the culture's revolution. Our family, my grandpa, my father, they are real good educated people. But at that 10 years cultural revolution, good, well-educated people, if you don't follow the Chinese policy, which is Mao Zedong is your God, you will be destroyed. So my family is be destroyed in a midnight, all of a sudden. As I was a little girl, I know this history. For me, it's very familiar. And after that, I gradually grew up in China and went to school and got the high school education. And I realized the Chinese people's life is so cheap. Our government, they don't protect us. They just want to take advantage of us. In their eyes, in our government eyes, everyone, there were only two types of person: useful person and useless person. So that's why I from my experience, my work is good. I can earn not quite much money 20 years ago, but it's also not less. I have a relatively good life in China, but I don't feel safe because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. My major was English in China, and I saw a video which showed about the President Clinton, and he was in an affair with a in an internship girl, Levinsky. And I watched that video. I thought, what a piece of case in China. Every I can see almost every officials did that. What's so serious? But on the other side, I know it's quite different. In America, the people has right, has power. They're president. If someone wants to be the president, at least he or she not be allowed to lie. Lie is a big guilty. That's why I think China is something wrong. I don't want to stay in China because the people in there is not a human being. It's just a machine to work, to earn money. I don't want that life. That's why I go abroad to continue my study. That's why I when I heard Mr. Miles Guo, I thought he is the one who can take down the CCP, who can wake up many people, because he not only saying something, he prepared for everything. So for his 30 years preparing, we're gonna show lots of amazing experience, what he did and what he calculated in China and in USA. We're gonna show this later. Okay, back to our host Z. Thank you.
And I really appreciate you can join us because we know you're a little bit ill today, and I hope you will have a very speedy recovery soon. And as she said, we'll continue this episode almost weekly, and today is a special one because this is the first one. So we just want to have a kind of ice breaking because we never met in person, but we have been following All Miles Go for a long time. So it's a good time for us to get together and trying to organize and figure out how we do this show to help expose the CCP in a better way. Okay, now go to Manchester. I know you're fairly young, so why decided to do this for us?
So yeah, I'm young, but so comparing to the cultural evolution, I don't have that experience, but I have my life experience is based on like all the modern people, like the young people. I can see from the school age, the experience in school, how the teacher treats the student, how student could be live a so miserable life, but still they fight on their own life. But in the end, they don't have a very good they don't have the expected lifestyle they want. They all been brainwashed to you must have to have a very good score or grade to earn respect from teacher, to gain happiness from the relationship in your family. If you don't have a good grade, you are not a good student. You will be abandoned. You will be a bad student. You will be you will be a very bad situation in school. Nobody will be care about you. You will be sat back in the back of the classroom, and the teacher will just treat you as like the Laura said, an useless man. And this is the reality that I face during not only elementary school and also in high school. However, seeing so many troubles or problems in my school age, for example, in my high school last year, right, it's very near to the biggest exam in Chinese school system. It's called Gaokao, and at that time, for example, in my personal experiences, I get up in 6 a.m. and wake up by my dad, and he take me to breakfast, and he drive me to school, and we leave school at 9 o'clock in the evening. And after 9 o'clock, you have to have homework. You need to still stay in another facility to do homework with your friend. And I go back home at 12 o'clock in the evening. And when we get home, it's almost 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. And this is the one. There's only 1 day you can rest in all week, and the only 1 day you have to go to a classroom outside the school. You still need to study, and I think that's the normal life for almost every high school students in China. But you can see for teenagers, for the people that haven't been adults, haven't been over 18, they don't have authority in their own life. They don't control their life. All things around him is tell him how to do, but there's nothing you can express yourself. You don't like it, you want freedom, you don't want to you don't want this lifestyle. There's nothing that can change them from they did such as our teenagers. We didn't even think about fighting against this brainwash, because we look around ourselves. We see every student is doing the same thing. We see every classmate is everyone is act the same. There's no fight against the teacher. There's no fight against I want freedom. I want have a friendship. I want have a relationship with my girlfriend, something like that. So that's a very small picture of how the society works in the Chinese Communist Party under the brainwash over like 50 years, so many years. So when we when I know that we are going to talk about our life experience against the English audience, it's very exciting to share you with what the life under Chinese Communist Party really like, because because for example the Tiananmen incident that happened in 1989 June 4th. Most Western people know about this incident, but for the Lao Beijing, for the normal people in China right now, most people even don't know about this incident, and they do not know what's the truth behind the Tiananmen incident. Why is that? The reason behind it is the censorship, the cancel culture. The Chinese Communist Party, this is the truth, is the deadly weapon to the Chinese Communist Party. So they need to cancel the truth. They need to censorship everything that can cause damage to the government, like the Tiananmen Square incident. And this is a very, very big and has a very important influence in the Chinese government. But there are so many incidents that damage to Chinese government body, but haven't been exposed by us or by any news media that you can see on the big stage like CNN, like BBC. So if the media don't do the work, and the Chinese government, Chinese Communist Party, they censorship. They have very big power, and they censorship everything. They control everything that outflows to the Western world, to the English world. That's all Western people know about the Chinese people, but that's not true. So we are here when I think about it, we are talking to the English audience. That's our mission, to let you know that what is the truth under the CCP world. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. I'm really glad to see all the young people come out and stand out and wake up. Actually, it's really hard because I don't know how to do this. Maybe use another analogy. It's kind of like all the Chinese people are living in the matrix. They have a perfect system that to brainwash and to cultivate, even starting from very young baby, and how you should love the communism or the communism party members, the senior President Xi or whoever, Mao Zedong, all these evil leaders. It's really hard to wake up, but sometimes we luckily, for whatever reason, although we are all from different areas, different all walks of lives, and we had the luck or fortunes to understand the evilness of the CCP and decided to flee China. But it's really hard. There are still over 1 billion people living in Communist China. They don't know what's going on. And I think they do need help. However, this help is mostly like what Manchester and also Laura mentioned, is the media. Is the media, because a lot of Westerners also have a delusion about the China right now, Communist China, because you can see a lot of YouTube videos and TikTok, all these, they portray China as a beautiful world. Even there is a very famous celebrity, what's her name, Li Ziqi. She recently started reposted again about the beautiful rural life in China, which is totally not true. Maybe there are a few people, a very few number of people living life like that, but most people living in the rural world is very miserable life, and they can make barely several $100s a year, and they couldn't make a living. They couldn't support their family, their kids. Therefore, there are so many tragedies or atrocities happening in China. And hopefully, through our true sharing of the truth in China, and we the people can understand each other, know who is the evil, who is the ultimate evil of the world, which is the Chinese Communist Party. We need to know the urgency of take down the CCP and not only save the Chinese people, the biggest victims of the CCP, but also the people all over the world who love peace, freedom, and want to spend a good time with their life, their family. So communism. It's a simple word, but it's a very complex feelings for all the Chinese people who grew up in communist China mainland. And I just want to share some more data is that, the communism probably killed, if not billions, at least several hundred millions during the 20th century. And that atrocity still continues currently in communist China, North Korea, and very few areas in the world. So, yeah, that's a very cruel, but they're also very powerful too. Otherwise, hopefully they're already taken down in the last few years. But it's still, there's sometimes, maybe next year, hopefully, maybe in a couple of years, they will disappear on the earth. There should be no communism ideologies in the world, which is totally wrong. I know Laura have a lot of experience about this communism ideology since you experienced a little bit of the cultural evolution. Could you also tell the audiences what do you think the communism, why this is so bad?
Yeah, that's a very good question. What is communism? I live in Germany. That's the hometown of communism because Karl Marx is the creator of communism. He wrote a book called Capital. Talk about, I don't know the name of English, but he created the theory of communism. Actually, communism, I want to make it briefly. It's a thought. A second. Which is called communism share wives and share assets. From their strategy, we can feel that it's a very anti-human. Actually, it's a very anti-God. He made a good picture, just like for the poor people, we can share our assets, our assets, property. And if you so poor cannot find a wife, a lady, beloved, so if I have a wife, I can share it with you. Actually, that's a very anti-humanity. We know we are almost our fellow fighters living in the Western world. The Western world, most of the Western world has the faith of God, had the faith of Christian. So they read Bible. In Bible, at the very beginning, two books, which is called 10. What is it called? I know it is some of German. It's 10 forbid. 10 forbid. So in the 10 forbid, it's very clearly to clarify. Everyone should own their property. The private property is very holy and respectful, and the law must to protect private property. Of course, not only property, also their wives and their belongings. But communism just to do the opposite way. That's why, for me, for the Western people, for the people who really believe God, from the very beginning, they know communism is a big lie. It's really anti-God. That's why at the very beginning, the communism was made in German, but German totally don't accept this theory, this thought. They cannot make it spread this communism theory in German. So they came to the country who has no this kind of Christian belief. Of course, everyone has a right to own a good life. The poor people is especially want to have a good life, want to have their own property. How? Some of them, communism just use the extreme guy and the poor people who do not want to work, just want to get something short and simple. So what they just did, they gave those thought, sharing wives, sharing assets and property, and of course make revolution, make fight, grab for somebody else. Just like today in USA, $0 to buy something. I don't know, Z familiar this is better than me. It's communism. They just changed their face. They come to everywhere in this world. That's why, for me, I just want to through our show to talk our audience to watch our program. You don't just listen our story. You don't just help Chinese people. You don't just give your mercy. We are the same. If you don't fight, if you know the truth, because we fellow fighters, most of us are Chinese people. We have also another fellow fighters come from all over the world. But we know CCP better because they are Chinese Communist Party. We speak the same language. We have the same culture background. If we know they did bad things to the whole world, that's our duty. That's just like the young guy in 1989. He said, I want to go to the Tiananmen Square to anti our very shit regime. That's my duty. Today, it's my duty. I do this for me, for my family, for my children, for my beloved, for you too. You don't just come to help. You fight for yourself. If you know our exposing news or the truth, you should fight for yourself. We should come together. We should connect together. That's why communism, just like Mr. Miles Gore said, they will disappear on this earth someday, soon. I thought it's soon. I'm very eager to see the day happened, because it's not belong to God. It's a very, very evil thought, very evil theory, and it has what is so called. If I'm record it back, I will share it with you. They have a book and said at the very beginning, the book said a geist or ghost, they go here and there on the heaven and to seek a chance to destroy the world. That's why the communism to begin. So it's a ghost. How could a ghost can do good things? It's not. It's anti-human being, I want to say. That's why it's not anti-communism or anti-Chinese Communist Party. It's just not. It's totally not our hobby. It's totally not something for fun. No, it's very necessary. It's for everyone, for me, for all the audience in front of me, for my colleagues. We have to do this if we want to live as a human. That's what I understand for communism. Back to host Z. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Laura, for sharing this experience. It is true. I think I have another short definition of communism. It's a cult-like totalitarian system that, depending on where it roots, if it roots in China, it combines with some of the traditional Chinese culture as a disguise. However, the core of that is like a cult culture. The president or the leader of the party is like a god, like President Xi. He insanely believe he could be the god of the world. He wants to be in other words, the red sun. They call it Mao Zedong at that time, the red sun. He's the one. He's the best. He can save the world, which is totally not true. It's a fake. Therefore, they need to fabricate a lot of fake news, fake history, and fake information about to brainwash and or use it as a propaganda to the external world, which is really bad. And and it's a utopia. Ideally, if ideally works, then they basically can build a paradise-like world on Earth. We know that is not true because humans are imperfect. We still waiting to help solve some of the humanity issues in the world, and then we can probably get to a better world. The problem is there. There is a problem with the Western world, problem with the capitalism, problem with everyone. However, it doesn't mean the communism is the solution. And over the history, we have seen so many tragedies, atrocities in those countries, and communism just doesn't work. And most of these older people who experienced, Soviet Union ages or even earlier 60s, 70s ages, they probably know what's going on. However, the problem is right now a lot of the younger generations who were born after 90s or 2000, they are so used to using the social media tools, and which were heavily influenced by the Chinese Communist Party and all these evil ideologies, and it's really hard to do that. This is why we have to do it. We tried our best to use, we kind of act like the outlets of the good people in the world who have a strong belief of God, who have strong belief of the goodness of the people who hate communism, as the outlet to the world. So in this case, I really want to, we're close to the end of the show, but I really want to hear what Manchester want to say. I know he's young, he's really good. At that age, I couldn't even figure out how communism is so bad, but I'm very glad to see him joining the NFSC. And could you share some of your experience? What is the communism means to the young people, young generation?
Yeah, I really want to add something after what Louis said. So if we can get back to like 100 years ago, we know that at that time people are suffocated. People have low education or even no education against anything. They don't know about anything. They just know about they want to eat. They are hungry. There's no economic like what we have right now. So at that time, Chinese people heard a theory or a group of people that can achieve that they can have wives, they can have money, they can have assets that they are eager to chase every day. They see so they see a very opportunity that they can, like, they open up their eyes. They can think they can have that the life they want. And most of the people that don't have a very good educations, and that ideology, like Dee said, it's a YouTube, and most people like friend talk me about the communism is like a dream, but I don't think it's not a dream. It's a theory. It's a illusion, you can see, and the difference between the illusion and the reality is that you can say anything about a good future. I can give you a good future if you can have wife, you can have assets, but the reality doesn't care what you say. It's the action that creates reality. And when this group of people, Chinese Communist Party get together, they want money, they want wives, they want assets. What they do? They don't have the ability to create money. They don't have the ability to create authority or government. They brainwash all the students, all the peoples, and when they want to have money, where they go to? They cannot go to United States, right? They cannot go to other countries. They steal from the big families. They steal from the local landlords, right? They steal all the properties from their house, and they use the word so-called public property, because we are communism. So all property is belong to party, and this is not yours. Your wife is not yours. We go to your house, we drag you out, we smash your house, we get all the inventories, we got all the money to the party, and we rape your wives because your wife is not yours and your asset is not yours. If you speak against the Chinese Communist Party, you are the so-called useless people. You need to, we will drag you out, we hate you, we torture you, and make you sad that, oh, the party is great. Because if I didn't say party is great, I'm dead, right? So that's the beginning of this big karma. Start from the 100 years ago, the start of the Chinese Communist Party, and which lead us now. If you want to see a picture, what it's really like is, it will be what it look like in nowadays in North Korea. That everyone sees, everyone see the president like Kim Jong-un as the god. They cannot speak against anything. So that's what I want to. That's the reality. That tear made of tear and blood. Thank you.
Wow, what a great story. So anyway, because sorry about that. I personally have to work, and we probably need to wrap up very soon. I just want to express again, this is just a prelude for our episode today, and we're briefly explaining to the audiences who we are and why we are here. And from next one, I will talk about our regular broadcast time is the U.S. Eastern time, and which is 9 o'clock in the Sunday morning. I know some of them may need to go to churches or something, but that's the best time for us. And we'll be prepared to provide more like video evidences, newses about the world, about the Chinese Communist Party, and share with the world also some of the miles warning about the war since 2017. Why that happening, and what do we need to do now as ordinary people? What do we need to do now? We need to unite and fight together against the Chinese Communist Party to save not only yourself, your children, and your family as well. Okay, so at the end, I think we all know communism is not good, hopefully, and let's take our actions. Action is very important. Action. We need to take actions every day, even small little ones, to spread the word, the evilness about Chinese Communist Party, to wake up more and more good people in the world, to know what's going on inside of China, also what's going on with the rest of the world. So basically, just give you some more information. So we're done. Not only talk about the current world, the financial situations we're suffering, the political situations, and also the health-related questions about the evil CCP's virus plan to destroy the world. Okay, so give you each of you a couple minutes to wrap up. So let's share your feelings today and what you plan to do. And let's again start with Laura.
Thank you, Z. Very great. I want to add 2 points for the communism. Communism has a communism declaration. At the very beginning, it was said there is a ghost go here and there on the heaven of Europe. That's its beginning. So communism can never be good. They try to kill God. So kill the God, everyone can be your God. But people, every single person has limited, has death, and selfishness. Those 3 elements make people cannot be God. Only the real God can give us freedom to let us to seek Him, seek the real God, have the faith freedom. That's what I want to add. So if the audience want to know all the truth about your life is so ridiculous, cannot find the solution, do not know why. So that's why you can, which is called our NFSC solution, follow the money, follow the PP, and follow NFSC. Very welcome for your attention. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Manchester.
Thank you for our audience and for the group amazing work of behind the team of this show. So thank you, and looking forward to seeing you another time. Thank you.
Awesome. And this week is going to be the Thanksgiving week in the U.S. And I wish everyone in the audiences have a safe, healthy, and happy Thanksgiving break. And then we'll see you next time, which is the Sunday. I think the date is December 7th, the morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Again, thank you very much for watching, and thank you, Laura and Manchester, for joining the show. And we look forward to more discussions and more dive deep into the core evilness of the CCP, and hopefully more and more people can know the truth about the CCP. All right, again, thank you for your time, and see you next time. Stay tuned. Bye. Have a good day.
Thank you. See you.
他们的恐惧是我们的武器，我们的胜利。谢谢了，兄弟姐妹们，你们健身了吗？行动，行动，行动！中共，你完了 ！Take down the CCP！
beginning for the games you want to play. Bring it on and I will fight to the end. Just watch and see. It's all started, everything's begun, and you are over. Cause we're taking down the CCP. Spread the word all through Hong Kong. We will fight till they're all gone. We rejoice when there's no more. Let's take down the CCP. They have all lied for too long. We will end what they do wrong. Spread the word all through Hong Kong. Let's take down the CCP. Let the bullets fly a little longer, and you will surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. We will have freedom to live. We will win. You'll surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. Let the bullets fly a little longer.
中共，
Let the bullets fly a little
你
longer.
完了！
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
中共，你完了！干灭中国共产党这个 CCP， 才能让我们远离恐惧。Take down the CCP。
They try to scare the nation with fabrication, but we see through the lies. We won't fall, we will fight you back. Police corruption with crooked assumption. They ran our lives, but no more. We will win. We will take down the CCP. Spread the word all through Hong Kong. We will fight till they're all gone. We rejoice when there's no more. Let's take down the CCP. They have all lied for too long. We will end what they do wrong. Spread the word all through Hong Kong. Let's take down the CCP. Let the bullets fly a little longer, and you will surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. We will have freedom to live. We will win. You'll surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. Let the bullets fly a little longer.
站起来吧！
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
站起来吧！
Let the bullets fly a little
为
longer.
奴役的人
Let
们
the bullets fly a little longer.
行动！
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
行动！
Let the bullets fly a little
你
longer.
完了
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
！Take down the CCP。
Bullets fly a little longer, and you will surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. We will have freedom to live. We will win. You'll surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down the evil CCP.